Hi, Ralph. Can you hear us okay?
I can hear you good. Well, Ian, yeah.
All right. We're going to get started with Lance here. Go ahead, Lance.
Hi, Ralph. Was Carter's absence in the third period related to the collision in the second? And what's your level of concern related to your goaltending situation at the moment?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely concerning. It's in 4 games, the third hit to the head of a for me a violent type. If you look at the way the elbow comes extended, you know what you're doing, and we'll see where this takes us. But he's under assessment here tonight, and yeah, it was really disappointing in a game the way it was going to lose midway through the game. A very, very strong Carter Hutton, and after that, he seemed to didn't feel the effects of the hit actually, which can happen sometimes until the intermission when he got in and he sat down. So I think his adrenaline kind of kept him going, and yeah, it was a big hit here tonight.
You had 40 shots on Elliott, but how did you feel about the quality of the shots? So you had some good opportunities, yeah. But do you think maybe you could have had more traffic and more things around the net?
Yeah, I mean, Paul, that's the question you always ask when you see 40 and a 0 on the production side. It's something we will look at, but we rung a bar, we rung a crossbar, we rung a post, we did have bodies going to the net. There were some deflections and redirects. I thought Elliott played an outstanding game, but of course you need to visit the chances as a coaching staff and take a look at where and why we didn't create more second chances and get them out of position. I thought even the power play had some grade A chances where we just didn't bury them, but the question will be when we look at it, did we have enough traffic? Did he see things or not? And we will look at it. I mean, the positive was the amount we created. Negative is we went dry after, hitting the mark well yesterday.
Yeah, Ralph, in terms of Carter, coming off a strong camp and obviously a nice game tonight until the injury, how disappointing is it for you to see that for him, especially coming off a struggle at times last year? How disappointing is that for him, as he was just seemingly starting to gain some momentum here?
Yeah, Alex, it's really disappointing. I mean, like I've already mentioned, it's the 4th game where a player from ours has got has had for us violent hits to the head, and it's hopefully there will be a reaction to this one. But they with Hutz, he had a great camp, but let's just hope it's not serious. Again, he's under assessment. We'll give you a full report tomorrow, and when we're back home. Yeah, I agree with you, Alex. He had a terrific camp. He's had excellent energy. He looked very strong for a back-to-back today, and yeah, his loss definitely was a setback for us here today.
Ralph, you mentioned the other day you might swap some young players in for some other guys and rotate or whatever you want to call it. Was that the with Rasmussen for Tage, and what did you think of Rasmus?
Yeah, we took we looked at the back-to-back for Tage against Washington, and we thought the back-to-back might be a little much. We all know that he's coming from the longest break of anybody here, and we want to be careful on the integration. We like the way Tage is bought in here and what he gives us for a presence, and we need to keep a few other players in action. With Rochester not playing, there's we thought it was a good night to bring in Aspie. It was a tough game for him to come into. It was a real tight game. There were specialty teams at time. We reduced the lineup in the third period, being down 1-0 to make a push. And but I thought he did well with the opportunity he had. He made simple plays, and it's good that he got into it. But again, he wasn't able to show his best game here today because of circumstances in and around the team tonight.
Hey, Coach, you've already shown a willingness to switch up the lines early on in the season. So do you continue to kind of tweak the lines to spark some offense looking ahead to next game, especially following a shutout? Or do you look to kind of build some chemistry and consistency? Because you guys did put up 40 shots, like you said.
Yeah. Well, we were pleased. I mean, the Eichel line, they had 12, 13. I mean, with the D shots at the same time, there were probably 15, 16 shots from that line, which was strong. We did juggle down the stretch, which I like to do. You know, Skinner went up with Olofsson and Stahl for the end stretch. But generally, you need to make sure you keep working on synergy, at least in pairs. And sometimes the mix-ups bring refreshment when you're unable to score. But we thought we were creating so much today that there wasn't really a big need for shakeups. And we do like the basis of the lineup that we went into this game with. I mean, we had a hell of a game going here till the mishap at the end of the second period, Hutz's injury first, and then the mishap at the end of the second period. And we need to take the good things out of our trip here to Philadelphia. There was a lot of things we'll build on, and one of it is generally the way the forward lines were set up. We like to look.
Ralph, how did you feel about the 5-on-3?
Yeah, I mean, it's rare. I think we had a minute 5-on-3 last year, and so we've taken a look at it at practice. We've spoken about it. Taylor had a point blank shot. I mean, we really love to see Taylor getting a scoring chance like that, but you would like to see more shooting, more net pressure, a little bit quicker puck movement. I thought we kind of killed off the first 20, 30 seconds instead of working pucks to the net right away. When you only have a minute of 5-on-3, it's different than a 2-minute 5-on-3. You need to be more urgent and more desperate. And I know we're going to learn and grow from that one, but it's everybody knows after a game like this, when you get a 0, a 5-on-3 is a missed opportunity that we didn't take.
All right. Thank you, Ralph.
Thanks, everybody. See you back in Buffalo.